Hi Scorpio, my name is Luciani. I'll be doing a July general tarot reading. Hi, I'm so happy you guys came to this channel. Let's get right into it. I got some messages downloaded that you guys I feel anxious energy. I also feel like you guys are stepping into your power. There's this end of not wanting to feel tested anymore, or feeling like all of the tests that we have been presented in life, we're just at that moment where we either want that to either end or it's ending, period. There's some sort of goal attained here just through mastery of energy. But this is going to be for your Scorpio sun, moon, and rising. If you have Mars and Venus in Scorpio, this also applies too, okay? So let's get right into it. Spirit guys, thank you so much for entering my energy. What messages do you have for Scorpio? Spirit guys. All right. So, Scorpio, what I see here is this level of burden that's just being weighed. You might could just feel weighed down. This could be just this inability to really apply ourselves to something, or someone isn't applying healing messages to us. They're just irate in their communication, or they're just very self-deceiving. They say things that they really they're not healing messages. They're not apologetic messages here. And there's a burdensome that's applying to this. Someone just, the messages are more like childlike, or someone is just kind of like in this mode where they have to learn how to communicate more lovingly. So it's just a level of deception also that comes with that. But all of that is being kind of outcast. Anything that just feels like we are in our own way, you're just in this state of mind in July. Like, I don't want to be my own burdens. I don't want to take on too much responsibility anymore like you could have, and it just was burdensome. And we're starting to learn throughout time, maybe we didn't realize how much of a burden things really were for us. And we're just kind of unbounding ourselves from all of that kind of things in the month of July. With the Two of Pentacles here in reverse, it's just this energy of we feel like we can't be two places at the same time. And there's two twos right next to each other. So there's this indecision on how to move right now. Like, don't know where to put your time and energy and efforts also in. With the Two of Wands here in the reverse, there's a level of confusion or sadness that's being attached here. Just due to the fact, there's a fly in here, I'm sorry, it's bothering me. Just due to the fact that we feel like we can't be two places at the same time. It's really frustrating. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, for the most part, there's this level of like spirit advice is asking us to like really balance ourselves out at this particular time. Find ways to kind of like go within, find peace with things. proper modification, but monitoring ourselves. This is inspiration. This is harmony. This is inner, like our creating our harmony in our inner worlds. And I'm getting this energy where you guys are just so tired of the burdens of whether it's carrying the weight of somebody else or carrying the weight, period, of anything that just feels heavy. You're in this space where I'm just willing to just let the mindset of the heaviness go. Not necessarily a burden here. I feel like you guys are realizing it's a mind state that's burdensome or whatever that is. And you guys are just in this space where with the Seven of Wands here in reverse, there's this inner conflict that goes on in our subconscious minds that can kind of get in the way of like really trying to properly defend ourselves. I feel like we have this subconscious energy here where it's like anxiety. I'm feeling like you guys maybe battle with anxiety. This doesn't have to apply for everyone, and it does leave us in this, well, where do I put my energy? We're still stuck in our heads about where we need to go, and this level of worry and doubt and everything of that nature. But you guys are coming in the very middle of your reading as the Hermit. There's this level of solitude or magnificent information and high wisdom that comes in for you that kind of stable all of these things that feel shaky. I feel like there's a relationship that could be shaky, or you could feel like you don't want to be in a relationship anymore. You kind of just want to, you don't feel like it's a refuge. You don't feel like as if it could be like a safe space for you, and it becomes like something that you run to just because it's falling on codependency, but it doesn't feel entirely safe, and that can cause a lot of anxiety also. But I feel like you start to realize that that could be an internal battle that one must apply themselves to understand, to kind of unbound yourself of anything that just feels heavy. And it's like this journey of yourself that you could be taking really intuitively, really in your own space, having an experience in terms of like really going in yourself and finding the inner wisdom here to kind of unbalance or unbound yourself from anything that feels codependent, anything that's throwing you off of your alchemy. And on top of that, you're healing your mindset, realizing that this subconscious anxiety is really no longer serving you. And it's the perception of it that's really the burden of it, and not necessarily an actual fact. So let's clarify these energies here. For Scorpio for July 2019 Spirit. Yeah, you guys are listen. You could be dealing with a Capricorn that you just kind of, yeah. Okay. Some of you guys are in either codependent relationships and really just want a new beginning, or, okay, yeah. You just feel like you can't win with this person, no matter how much, yeah. Some of you guys are just looking to recreate from the burden to, look, the Ten of Wands to the Ace of Wands. It's like you want to like replace the heavy burden with new exciting adventures and new exciting passions, and you just want to find passion again in life, you know, and things that we really just want to like move forward with. You're coming up in your own reading as the King of Cups. I feel like you're in this space where you're in this law and order capacity. I feel like a lot of you guys are looking to just create harmonious type of connections with your emotional intelligence. I feel like you guys are in a state of wanting to learn more about your energies. With this King of Cups here, this is someone who's very creative. I see creativity all over this, original thinking, okay? Very orderly also. You guys could be working on becoming beneficiaries as well, as I see that too. But we have to learn a little bit more about what we're getting ourselves into. I see cups here, so there's this emotional fulfillment that can look deceiving. Wow. Interesting. So let's just move on. I really feel like there's this level of fairness here. You guys are either becoming more humbled, or you're being humbled, or there's an energy that someone is being, it's like you coming out of the mental cages just because you realize equal level of exchange is very much so needed, whether that's within yourself, giving yourself that give or take, like, let me not be too hard on myself, let me give me my props for this, or this could just be unbounding ourselves of how we see someone else, where we realize like they really are very fair, even though it feels like a burden. And there's this level of newness here, just wanting a clean slate, a new truth. I feel like you really want to be clear as to what really separates you and another partner. I feel like you realized, and this could be something from your past that you had to end and kind of like move on with the Scorpio card here with Scorpio, and then you move into big balls, Emperor, Aries, Taurus. You're in this big balls energy here because of something that had to get left behind. But I don't know, I feel like somebody wants to come like talk about what has occurred, but I don't know if you're necessarily interested. I feel like you realized that it was in fact toxic and it was unhealthy, and it just delivered a lot of sadness, and it created like a lot of heartache and pain where you had to go off on your own and kind of figure this out, and it kind of perpetuated you into finding high wisdom. With the King of Pentacles here in the reverse, someone is just greedy. Someone is greedy, and they have to learn how to kind of balance that out. Someone is just wanting to, they are doing things very, like, their intent is to get over on someone. And that's going to really affect the angels and guidance and spirit guides to protect them, because that has to be rectified. The spirit is saying that. Just be very, very careful of people who are really greedy around you. It comes up feeling like a stalemate, or not really pleased with what you've sown with someone, or with just a business structure or something that you creatively wanted to pursue that will gain money and finances, but it just seems like it's just on standstill. Some of you guys feel like you just don't have the ability to just start new. And that's what's like kind of keeping you guys maybe up at night, and you're just like kind of following your own path, your own inner wisdom, to kind of like see what maybe it's like really bounding you, whatever is bounding you, that's like kind of getting in the way of your true freedom, your liberty, your liberation, rather. But look, some of you guys want to be liberated. I'm feeling that also too. So let's get into some crystals here for Scorpios. July. Boom, look. Healthy boundaries. Some of you guys have to put up some boundaries in relationships. Not allowing someone just to say and do whatever they want to you. Okay? Also, we have protection. Black tourmaline. And we have ancient wisdom. You guys are coming up extremely wise in this reading. Extremely wise. I do just see this level of needing to show more love in your environment, whether it's with yourself or with others, because it's causing a level of confusion and sadness that is kind of like getting out of hand. I'm seeing something that we have to like kind of unbound ourselves and kind of like start realizing an equal level of exchange of energy that has to take place, or there's this level of just grief that keeps us up at night because of the things that we're consistently going through with something or someone that just feels like it's not going anywhere, but I can't leave because I can't leave yet. And it's interesting. So, and I also see like someone is very greedy, someone who really don't know how to moderate their behavior, moderate their tolerance level. It's like someone just has to kind of like not be too, need to be truthful of who they are. And there is a level of healthy boundaries and protection that has to take place here. There's also a level of wisdom that you have to tap into, allowing yourself to not feel so anxious about fearing to be alone. If you guys need alone time, it's very advisable that you do take that time to kind of like tap into and hone into your inner wisdom. It's really important to do that here. For some Scorpios, you're in a relationship that you kind of just want to end but don't know how to go about it because you're fearing of the unknown, or you could feel like you're incapable of leaving them, or some of that capacity. Others of you guys just want a brand new start with your companion, but it just seems like it never goes anywhere. Yeah, so, okay. These three came out, so that makes perfect sense. So soul time is this allowance to possibility, like a new a reality to emerge. This is something that is limitless, infinite, and timeless. You guys are really tapping into your soul levels of breaking some things that you really know for a fact no longer serves you, a mental capacity or something that's around you that's causing this deep anxiety in us. Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of ever-changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Here's your confirmation. Some of you guys are afraid to leave a relationship, a foundation, something that you've been working hard on for a long time, something that you feel like turned into a burden when it was actually supposed to be very exciting and passionate. And it's this time where you just want to yourself to kind of touch base with yourself, to balance yourself, to reharmonize yourself. And then some of you Scorpios, you guys are going into a higher consciousness. This supports our ability to focus our attention on all of the multi-dimensional aspects that show up so that we include them in our reality. Yeah, it seems like someone is bringing in some messages for you guys that you don't like. There's this Page of Swords. Someone is very honest, but with the swords, they're like brutally honest. And with the page here in the reverse, they don't really know how to like create an emotional dialogue with you. And it's like the more they talk about the clarity of situations, which are very perceptual, since it's not aligned with how you would like to receive messages or vice versa, someone just wants to end the connection just because different maybe communication styles, the way each other, you or another person translate messages to each other. It just, one person is just cutthroat with the honest to God facts and truth, and I don't think you appreciate how they kind of communicate. It's just a lack of understanding how someone else kind of talks to you, which kind of leaves you in this state of, is this going to work out? And I feel like the other person could feel the same also. It just goes vice versa. And it's this inability to kind of like start new ground here. So there's this transitioning that's happened. I feel like if this is, for some Scorpios, you guys are putting up your boundaries, you're going into your wisdom, you're protecting yourself from this person. Other users of you guys are realizing that the divine purpose of protection is in fact love, and you're unbounding yourself with what you thought is to be true about, how people communicate. I don't know, whatever you feel like you've always associated yourself with, you're kind of coming out of that and seeing like there's this even level of exchange that must be participated in. If I give out half, I would like half back. That's one of the healthy boundaries here. And I was going to say emotional boundary, which makes sense because I see a lot of cups energy here where you might want your messages more on emotional end, and this energy just doesn't seem like they can provide that, or they communicate differently than you do, and like neither one of them are appreciated. Now this communication is upright, and this communication is in a reverse. So one person uses emotional manipulation to communicate and transpose their messages, and this person, I guess, cuts through all of that, and it just causes division as a result of that. So I don't know, but yeah, it just seems like it's time to really just take care of yourself, Scorpio. Consciousness, realign yourself through your soul. What is really what is your wisdom, saying to you here, okay? Because there's a lot of anxiety that's coming off this energy. And I'm not too sure if you guys are waiting on something or not, but this is a time to kind of just go within and really go to your consciousness and really tend to your soul through these transitions, because there's some big time changes in July with transition, big time changes. So protect yourself with love, with honor, with dutifulness, and really checking on your wisdom and creating healthy spaces for you. Okay, so that is the energy that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for coming to this channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.